Yo.
We're motherfucking here.
Wow.
What's up?
Wow, dude.
Damn.
Fresh off of vacay.
Oh, yeah, man.
I was a sad boy. I was sad.
Yeah, what was going on?
Nothing. Just,
Just
it's personal.
kicking around?
Yeah.
I
Just
heard
being
that.
a sad boy, dude.
How long that lasts?
Until I wasn't hungover.
Good God.
So, like 2 days.
Criminy, dude.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
How's the drinking been?
Not bad. Not bad.
I've
I've been scaling it back. Although this past weekend, it wasn't like I was like blacking out. I haven't gotten like hammered in a while. I haven't gotten like drunk. I've been drinking though.
You're going to keel over like one of the Mongolian Khans, dude. You're just going to one day be like just in your Toyota Corolla off to do a comedy gig. You're going to just die and everyone's going to have to like reassemble.
Yeah, the who's next
Shat
in
Nation.
line in
We're like
Philly.
the Mongolians, dude. Shat Nation. We'd have to all stop what we're doing and reassemble.
But I went to the fucking Sunday is usually a day of rest. Mm-hmm. But I went to the Eagles-Patriots game. Had a couple brewskis. That
no wonder you're so depressed, dude. That was a tough loss.
Well, I didn't care about it. Like the Eagles just suck.
You're bummed about the Birds.
Their offense just sucks. They have no weapons.
Defense was all right.
Wentz is good. Everybody's hating on Wentz. He's actually a good quarterback. But man, we went to the fucking Xfinity Center before the game. That might be the worst place on earth.
Were you like tailgating or just the center
Yeah.
itself?
Have you ever been in there?
No,
It is hell. And it was at capacity. Like you couldn't move. You couldn't. It took me like a half hour to walk through the building. And it's not that big.
People were reliving their Super Bowl glory.
It was nightmarish. And then I got into the game and I was just like, I was disenchanted by the whole. It was just like, just lights. It looks like a fucking casino in every NFL stadium.
You think the camera at one point hit you and like they thought you were an owner?
I was up in the box.
They just saw your nonplussed look from a box and they were just like, is this guy a fucking owner?
Yeah, this guy's totally unfazed by all the lights and dog shit. Dude,
So it's like casino level bullshit.
Bullshit everywhere. Like brands and logos fucking just flashing lights.
Sucks.
And then it's like cheerleaders dancing for no reason. Why are there cheerleaders? Why the fuck are there cheerleaders?
Yeah.
And I watched them during the game. They just keep dancing.
They don't stop.
stand in front of a section and just do moves, and the people in the crowd are just watching the game. Like it's pointless.
Are they supposed to come out like between?
They run
stuff?
out, and do a routine.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
It is pretty dumb.
Watching 50 women do a choreographed dance from like 100 yards away is one of the dumbest things you could see.
Well, it's also kind of a lack in faith of like male attention to be like between plays. They're like throw out half naked chicks. Everyone's gonna leave.
Well, they have a dude now too.
How's the dude? Was he killing it?
Kills it.
I'm gonna go down there and keep a monocle on that dude the whole time. Like, let me see that.
I was
Let me see
watching
that,
the
dude.
the whole time.
Were you really?
Well, it's so funny, and he wears a slightly different uniform than the women.
Yeah, what's he rocking?
He rocks kind of the
Is he
same
rocking
thing.
like an Elton John suit, like
Dude,
a piano thing, or what's he wearing?
It's so ridiculous to see a guy doing those same moves of like every 2 seconds bending down and touching your toes, and then just knowing the organization being like, yeah, we have a guy down there, so what? Like a bunch of dudes from Delco just like, I don't like him being down there with my women.
Dude, that's gotta be fucking teeing dudes up.
But then it'll just cut to a troop in the audience, and they'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to honor Staff Sergeant blah, blah, blah. He served 3 tours in Afghanistan. And the whole crowd stops and claps for him. And then it's like, all right, back to fucking Migos, and then it just blasts hip-hop.
I love
it just
how
makes zero sense.
that is a sick definition of progress. It's like, fine, gay guys can be sluts now. Whatever.
Yeah,
Throw them down there.
We brought a gay guy slut down there with the sluts. Oh, give it up for a troop real quick. Miller Lite, drink it, you faggots. It's like, oh, like the whole time you're there is just shit just getting shoved in your ass.
That's fucking horrible.
It was like, and then the Eagles come out and don't do shit on offense. It's the most boring game in the world. Followed just shit everywhere.
That was tough. I caught a glimpse of that. When I was out to dinner, and it was just like, what the fuck?
Dude,
Wentz has a laser beam, dude.
Wentz is good. But also in our box, there was this just rich people there was this dad and his son, his like 14-year-old, 13-year-old boy. He was looking good. He was a good looking boy.
Was he?
No, they wouldn't shut the fuck up. He was screaming from the box. He's like, that's bullshit. Fuck you.
Oh my god.
It's like, dude, you're only yelling at me. Like they can't hear you on the fucking field.
You're 40 feet away from the rest of the people.
Yeah, you're just right next to me screaming. Every play. Like, that's a bullshit call, Doug. And then his kid was doing it too. His kid started, he was like, Tom Brady, you suck. Tom Brady, just on repeat. And I wanted to just tell him, like, Kid, this is one of the greatest players of all time.
You
if
should
not
have.
the greatest.
You should have.
You should enjoy this moment.
Yeah.
You'll be able to tell your kids you saw him play. You fucking weasel.
It's a weird thing to teach your kid. Like every Sunday, we can come here and get all of our negative feelings out about everything on this guy.
And the wife and the mom, like all of them were just in the box with them, listening to they're like, oh, he gets crazy during the games. He loves sports. And I'm like, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. He's screaming the wrong thing the whole time.
We're watching a family that's like adopted the ethos of like a paper towel commercial, and they're just living it out.
Yes.
They're just like, my husband is a fanatic about sports.
Drinks a couple of light beers and screams during the game.
And I click my tongue, but secretly, I love being part of a thing that I can make sense of. It's like, you shut the fuck up, lady.
And then
go home.
There was 2 chicks behind us. These 2 girls that came in just sloppy, fucking hammered, and they just yelled the whole time. In a box, dude.
Man.
People screaming in a box is one of the dumbest things I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, the whole point of that is like separate yourself from the hoi polloi.
Yes.
From the fucking rabble. You can just sit up there and like plot what you're going to do. It's like you can kind of see them move more.
Dude, I ate the food in there. It's so bad. It's like Philly cheesesteak spring rolls and like Bud Light. That's what I like filled up on.
Oh, man.
Then I had a cookie. They had cookies up there. I had a sweet treat.
So you were just like miserable eating like horrible food,
eating dog shit. But I'm surrounded by all these like, because it was it has nothing to do with it. It just happened to be the NBC box, which was kind of funny.
Tight.
So I'm around all these like rich old people, and I'm drunk eating a fucking chocolate chip cookie, and I sneezed, and just chocolate got all over me. Like I was just standing at the buffet eating, and I was like eating a cookie, like just spit chocolate all over myself, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom and wash my clothes.
Well, there's something to do with when you eat chocolate and look into the sun, it makes you sneeze. So you got triggered by a chocolate cookie outdoors.
Yeah, I looked out and all the fucking lights out there. I was like,
oh my god!
But yeah,
like a McDonald's ad, and your body thought it was the sun. And you're like,
yeah, just all these garbage. There's a military flyover, a giant flag. Then it just blasts hip hop and sluts dance.
Yeah,
and then it's like, give it up for this fucking troop right now. Make some noise for the Eagles. It's third down. Drink a fucking beer.
Get insurance and eat fast food.
And then it's also, I was laughing at, it's Lincoln Financial Field. So there's just Lincoln Financial, this big picture, like their logo is Lincoln's head. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I guarantee they have nothing to do with Abraham Lincoln. They were just like, all right, what's somebody people trust? Lincoln.
Damn.
Put him out there. That's our logo, is Abraham Lincoln.
That's a bold logo.
Yeah, true.
Pretty tight.
Like,
good
hey,
idea.
he freed the slaves. Why don't you bank with us?
Damn, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, that is weird. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
I was looking at Lincoln Financial. It's Abe's
I doubt
big
Abe
head.
founded that. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know. I was Krabby swirled out.
That's super
I
crab
was
swirl.
Krabby swirl in this box.
I could get real into doing like for instead of cheerleaders, just have like old school president reenactors who come out and fucking
They do that.
orate on between plays. They give their famous speeches. And fuck yeah.
I think in Milwaukee, or no, the Nationals do it where they have a bunch of dudes in president suits race around the field. It's pretty fun.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah, there's some fun ones.
That's pretty. Yeah, the Eagles it's a tough one.
There's one. It might be St. Louis. They have this dude, like Mr. Freeze, I think is his name. He's just this. He's clearly just a black dude in like a skin suit. One of those. You know what I'm talking? Like
yeah, I know, like a mocap suit.
Yeah, he's wearing a suit that's like blue, and he races someone around the park. So like they give him like a huge lead, and he just races normal people, and he's like an Olympic sprinter that just burns them.
Burning
it's
people.
Very funny. Yeah.
Fuck, that's
that's a good one.
That's great. And he's wearing like a total like like the head cover, like the one from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where it covers his whole head.
Yes,
and he just smokes people.
Yeah,
fuck, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's great. The cheerleaders just need to go.
Yeah, it's kind of
had enough.
It's a weird gig.
Yeah.
It's just kind of I don't, you know.
And college football, I used to like going to Notre Dame games because of that. Like, they don't have all that shit everywhere. Just shit.
I was about to say, I was thinking about the time we went to Notre Dame and we're on wooden benches. Everyone's sitting there. There's none of this fucking nonsense.
Well, they added shit now.
Did they?
There's shit everywhere. Every college stadium now.
Sucks.
It's just dog shit everywhere.
What do you think about the students getting paid? We talked about this before.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read an article about that. The amount of money they get in endowments. Well, the article is that historically black colleges should start they were like, if you're a black D1 prospect, go to a HBCSU, whatever.
Yeah.
and whatever, I forget what it's called, the initials, but they're like, go to a historically black school, and that way we can start funneling all the NCAA money to those schools. And it's like, well, this doesn't solve the problem. It's just like, this doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Like, we should segregate and get fucking paid. And it was just like,
they were hitting that last night at the Democratic debate.
Were they really?
Kind of. Not that they were just hitting student loans, and they were like, black people don't pay their student loans. We need to fucking have. Well, they don't.
Who said? I'm saying which candidate said
they don't, like, not all of them, but they were like, Elizabeth Warren was like 20 years after college, 90%, I think, white students have paid their debts, and 5% of black students have paid their student loan debts. She was like, we need to forgive that in order to equalize. You know, we need to break this racial stratification here over the.
I mean, that
money.
system kind of rules for black people. Just be like, yeah, go to college and don't pay your fucking debts.
True.
I mean, it's the move.
You're gonna have bad credit, but who cares?
Who
dude?
cares?
Straight cash, homie.
Get a degree, let your credit sink. Make sure your bae goes to school, gets all the paperwork straight. It's kind of what I did.
Find a thick white nurse.
It's kind of like I've defaulted on all my credit cards real hard in my 20s, knowing like my bae will have good paperwork stuff. So it's kind of the samurai's path.
I thought I had that path.
You rocked it. The idea is to say fuck them, and then if this degree translates into me getting paid, I'll pay you guys back.
Yeah.
That's taking the power.
It's like, as soon as I get money, I'll just pay my student loans. Until then, you get zero.
I always operated on like, I'm fucking all these credit cards now, and I'm going on a glory mission. Either I'll die on, like, I'm not going to make it my life's purpose to pay back a gigantic financial institution. Yeah. There's more debt, according to this article I read, there's more debt than capital in the world. It makes no fucking sense. So there's people who literally control the money supply, who get to dictate the money supply, and then they hand out quote unquote money. Whoever's in charge of everything.
Who is?
Whoever's in charge. I can't say. The top levels of government.
Oh.
It's different in every country. The top levels of government get to control the currency, and then once you control currency, you can drown people in debt and then control them.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, don't pay your student loans. Definitely don't pay them.
The top level of government in the United States has pretty much always been like old English families. Like, right? Like WASPs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would say
everybody always blames the Jews. I think there's
a lot of dual citizenship going on in the high levels of the Republican Party nobody talks about. But
like what?
There's a lot of people who have dual citizenship to Israel, and
so you are blaming the Jews.
I'm not blaming the Jews. It's a pastiche, dude, of all of the worst fucking wasps. It's just like a horrible the worst of every group who become you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but look what happens when a shittier group takes over, though. Do you get like a fucking Italian in office?
Ugh.
You just get a Mussolini up there.
It never stops, dude. Yeah, it never stops. I've been researching the French Revolution just because I'm reading this book.
Me too.
Bro, it never fucking, it's like, it just gets worse. There was a guy, who's the guy, Robespierre?
Robespierre. Yeah.
Dude,
he took over. He got a little wacky.
That was the first person, well, not the first person. That was one of those people who were like, nah, dude, we're making this is like,
this is such an injustice.
We're going to be so fucking free and have so much liberty.
Cut their fucking heads off.
He killed what, like 20,000?
He killed a lot of boys.
20,000? More people died at the hands of their government in the early 20th century than in the First World Wars combined. Think about that. Isn't that fucked up?
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, well, that was because that was the end of monarchies.
I'm going to get called a liar on this if Brittany ever hears this. I saw a baby bull shark. She claims it's a catfish. Bull fucking shit. I've seen catfish. I know what they look like.
It's on ocean catfish?
It's brackish water.
Okay.
So this is the Gulf we're talking. So we're in one of the little inlets in the Gulf. We see this thing came out. It was like fucking 2.5 feet long. I swear to God, a fin popped up. I'm like, this is a baby bull shark. There's another guy who goes, this is fresh water. I'm like, bro, this is brackish, first of all. baby bull sharks will swim in brackish water.
See your dick-headed ass in a fucking outside. What were you wearing?
Oh, man, I don't know. I think
it's like a visor and
short. It was like shorts and a button-down.
First of all, bro, this is brackish. It's like, oh my God.
I actually found out it was brackish. Like, I called my dad right away. I was like, do sharks swim in fresh water? He's like, that's brackish water. I'm like, it's fucking brackish.
They do swim. They can.
They can. Some do, but that brackish is where you get these bull. Bro, this was a crazy.
I think it was a bull shark that went into Jersey and started munching people.
Could have been.
It was a bull shark or a.
This was a babe. This is a little dude. We went on this little. I was in Florida in Cape Coral. So we weren't necessarily. I thought it was the Keys. This is not the Keys. It's like above an hour and a half above the Keys. Dude, we walked through this thing. It's just a trail that goes through this tree canopy, and you're like a foot from you is just marsh and swamp. Well, first of all, my bae is not having this, so I have to like walk her.
A pregnant bae to a swamp.
Pretty much, she wasn't liking it. So then I made her climb a tower too, to like we can overlook the whole thing. She was not feeling this. And the top, she goes, "Oh my God, look up! There was a spider. I swear to God, the size of my fucking hand, just chilling above us." And I was like, "Oh, I took a picture of it." But we fucking.
Let me see the picture when you get a chance.
Yeah, I'll definitely show it to you. The
love a good big spider.
Yo, you're going.
How nice is that to see a big fucking spider?
That's my ass floating in a pool. That was my Nevermind picture. I took a picture. That's what I started telling you before we started. We were taking pictures. She wanted to send a picture to my mom, so we're taking pictures together. The one picture, it's in my deleted files. She was setting the phone up for auto time. So as she was setting the phone up, I was slipping my boxers. I didn't have a bathing suit. So I took my boxers off and we took the picture and the water was freezing. So I just have a penis floating on the surface and we're both smiling. And like a second before we took it, she saw it. Her face in the picture.
You deleted it?
I have it in my deleted.
All right, let me see that.
I let her delete it and then I'm like, sweet, it's in my deleted files.
Yeah.
Bro, it is so, her face sees Tina's, looks back up to smile. And
she saw that baby bull shark fin, dude. She saw the fin in the water.
I'm in brackish water, dude. Obviously, the baby bull shark's coming out. It is so fucking funny. That was so funny. She was so mad about that. But that was just fun to do. It was just me and her alone. And I just fucking slid the pants off. Oh man, this is the hold on. That was me holding a lizard. No big deal.
Oh, that lizard pic was nice.
Yeah, dude. Look at that fucking thing, man.
Wow.
Disgusting.
Wow.
Spider's humongous. Ugh, that thing was creeping me the fuck out. Gave me the creepy crawlies for sure. But either way, so yeah, so I just chilled for 3 days, slept, ate. Oh my God, the food down there is so bad. I can't do this. The sound bites are too funny.
I was talking to, and I took the decision that I had to show leadership and I had to go and see him and I had to tell him that's it.
That was December of 2010.
Yep.
He threw a party to celebrate his release, and you were invited as the guest of honor.
Oh, in 2010, there certainly wasn't a party to celebrate his release in December, because it was a small dinner party. There were only 8 or 10 of us, I think, at the dinner. If there was a party, then I'd know nothing about that.
You were invited to that dinner as a guest of honor.
Well, I was there, so there was a dinner. I don't think it was quite as you might put it, but yeah, okay. I was there at a dinner. Yeah.
I'm just trying to work this out because you said you went to break up the relationship, and yet you stayed at that New York mansion several days. I'm wondering how long.
But I was doing a number of other things while I was there.
But you were staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay.
Yo, I mean, this dude is on the next level, dude.
I love that fucking sigh. Just like, oh God, like I have to explain this to you. It was a fucking nice place to stay. God,
there's
I can't believe I'm even having this conversation,
dude. There's another part of the so he got in trouble so there's that, right? So he's staying at a pedophile's house. They don't know why. And there's pictures of him with his arms around like a fucking, while he's married, like of a 17-year-old girl's waist. And he's like, they're like, do you think that's a faked picture? He's like, it's impossible to say. He's like, I don't remember ever. And I thought about it. I'm like, did I ever have sex? No, I can't remember anything. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Dude, I could go on, dude. It's like, there's so much shit on there. It's so fucking funny. There was also, so they the night of the girl. So the girl said something about, like, the girl who accused him of, like, he was like, we had sex 3 times. He paid $15,000 to Ghislaine Maxwell to have sex with me. And they were like, we danced to a song. He was profusely sweating the entire time. And his defense, he's like, at the time, I couldn't sweat. I had a medical condition. So I had so much adrenaline when I was in the Navy, I couldn't sweat anymore. Now I can sweat again. But then I couldn't sweat, so the story is not true. It's like, dude, what? But, dude, I was laughing, thinking of, like, the song they danced to was Mambo No. 5. It's like, bam, 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 bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the party prince is just grinding.
The party prince, dude.
The bar they were at was called Tramps.
Was it really? No.
He's like, I've never been to Tramps. and I don't know the layout of it. Dude, it was so fucking funny.
This guy does rule.
Dude, just a Prince's manners around being a pedophile of him is like, I must say, this pussy is magnificent. Splendid, really.
You've done it again, Jeffrey. The finest pussy.
I must say, this is splendid.
Immaculate.
Dude,
These child sex slaves are splendid, Jeffrey.
there's another part at the end where he's like, I must say, Jeffrey's behavior was a bit uncoming. And the lady's like, uncoming, he's a convicted rapist. And he's like, well, I'm trying to be polite here. Dude. And then he describes himself as being uncoming in the next breath, which is like, okay, dude.
Unbecoming.
Unbecoming.
It was
Uncoming.
a bit I was going to say, I think they were coming.
It was definitely on. Yeah, it was definitely coming, dude. Yeah, he was like, and then he's like, the behaviors that Jeffrey was behaved, dude. Literally Freudian. It was the most insane thing I've ever watched. But the whole thing, and the whole point of that is the whole lady's quaking, being like, or not quaking, but she's like, it's just certainly odd to be in Buckingham Palace. She's like nervous to even bring this up. I'm like, wait, do you guys have a fucking king or no? Like,
yeah, they're still afraid.
Why are you guys afraid of these fucking weirdos?
Still afraid of royalty in England.
They are. I mean, for a good reason.
Yeah,
that shit's been
centuries.
Yeah,
centuries of just getting killed.
Obviously, I'm 1776.
Bro.
I'm disgusted watching them kowtow to this. Dude, this is an evil entity.
Hate it.
This is disgusting.
Bro.
Again, the guy's narrative is that he was so interested in business, he somehow got linked up with a known fucking child sex trafficker.
That's just a good business.
And then the only reason he isn't made aware of what was going on is because he's such a prince. Everyone's like, whoa, Prince is coming, guys. Chill.
Prince is coming. Hide the kids.
Hide the kids. The prince, we can't fucking misbehave around the prince. So all these billionaires were like, oh, fuck, the prince is here.
Damn.
Like, he was coming in like, and everyone's like, oh, fuck. But yeah, and then he also said that, and then they're like, well, dude, like, there's got to have been a ton of kids going around. He goes, well, I don't want to bring this up, but the way I grew up, we have staff, and I just figured there were servants. So he was just like, I saw a bunch of hot young girls, and naturally was like, they must be servants, and that was it.
Yeah, I was thinking this last night, because they asked, one of the questions at the Democratic debate was, would you press charges against Trump? Like, would you try to lock him up if he's found guilty of all this shit?
Hashtag lock him up.
Yeah, they're getting their own lock him up chant. They're starting it back.
Hilarious.
And Bernie was like, kind of like, yeah. But then Biden was like, no. Like, we need to heal all this shit. I wonder if that's because Biden and all them are like, we better not fucking lock this guy up or he is going to rat on everyone.
He must be sitting on wild
Trump
shit.
must be sitting on some wild shit.
I think so, man.
Trump daddy was down there with Epstein, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he hung out with the staff the whole time.
He was there once, too, man.
But maybe he thought they were servants, too.
True.
Maybe that's what he meant by hanging out with the staff.
He was just having sex
He was
with
just fucking
He's like, you
young
can fuck
women.
the dishwashers here? This is crazy.